Which direction Wisconsin swings in this election may center around a handful of key cities. Now, it's all but guaranteed that Milwaukee and Madison will go for Joe Biden, but there's another spot getting the attention of experts. Amy Reed breaks down how voters in all three could help shape the presidency.
The coronavirus has cut into Charlotte Goska's abilities, but not her passion.
We used to be in the libraries on a fairly regular basis, registering voters, and our library shut down.
Her organization had to adapt to help voters this year. It's a role she doesn't take lightly.
You know, especially this election in this area, every vote counts because it is going to be so close.
For Charlotte, this area means Brown County, home of the Green Bay Packers. Of course, that isn't what's drawing candidates.
Wisconsin's odd in that a lot of the population is already sort of baked into the vote, and so it's these smaller centers that are going to be sort of potentially the point that tips the state.
Beloit College political science pro Philip Chen told me Green Bay and Appleton are a key piece of that, a true battleground when many places have historically already been spoken for. Democrats and Republicans expect Madison to go blue, same with Milwaukee. The difference in these places is how many Democrats turn out, especially coming off a year when so many stayed home, and not just because of a candidate.
Significant number of people stayed home because of the new voter identification laws that went into effect for the first time in 2016. So we can't just, it can't be purely a campaign-based story. It also has to be a legal framework story and a voter rights story.
Man, we're also for 200.
That's led to organizations like Block, Black Leaders Organizing Communities, which started after the 2016 election. Its goal, getting people on Milwaukee's north side interested in politics. And since the pandemic, door knocking has turned to Facebook events.
How often are city council members elected?
Like a super local game of Jeopardy. Much of their target audience of mainly black voters on the north side stayed home last election, but they don't want that this year, and that could play a role if it pays off.
Increased turnout in Milwaukee County and the city of Milwaukee is probably a pretty bad sign for the Trump campaign.
That's one of the things Chen is watching for when results come in. That and the direction of Brown County.
So we kind of know how increased turnout in the WOW counties might reflect on the vote, and in Milwaukee and in Madison. Yep. What about increased turnout in Green Bay?
That's a harder one, right? Because we would think increased turnout in a place like Green Bay, if we're going off of 2016, would benefit Donald Trump. But we also know that Donald Trump is not doing as well among non-college educated white voters.
For Charlotte, the results don't matter as much. In her town, people are worried about their vote counting, and she wants to make sure it does.
The outcome of the election is not as important to me as making sure that our democracy is working and that everybody's able to vote. That is way more important to me than anything else.
Amy Reed, News 3 Now.